are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
And welcome to another episode of Focus on Germantown. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mayor Mike Palazzolo, and it's my privilege to be your mayor and host. Each month, the focus is on city government, how it provides services, and works with you, our citizens, to make Germantown a great place to live. The Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to creating a vibrant business environment through interactive partnerships with business, government, and community. Here with us to share more about the work of the Chamber of Commerce and their upcoming events are CEO Janie and Vice President Kristi Ransom. Then Germantown Athletic Club Director Phil Rogers will drop by to talk about the next phase of renovations at the club and programs that are available to help you tackle your New Year's resolutions. Finally, we will end today's show chatting with Germantown Community Library Director Daniel Page about the upcoming NEA Big Read. But first, I'd like to welcome Janie and Kristi to the show. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. It's so good to have you. Kristi, you're here in a new role. You used to be more or less the director of this program from a lot of the writing and making sure I was here on time. And Janie, we've worked together for many years at the Chamber. Tell us some of the exciting things going on at the Chamber of Commerce for 2019, Janie.
Our purpose actually at the Chamber is to get our businesses who are Chamber members to get very, very active and to do business with each other. So in order to do that, we have monthly luncheons where we have 120 to 130 who connect and definitely do business with each other. But then we have events, and our first event is in April. It is open to the public. It's called the Health and Wellness Expo. And the reason we started it was because the city was tapped several years ago by Governor Haslam at the time to be Healthier Germantown, Healthier Tennessee. So we just met. We're going to add something to Health and Wellness Expo that we just found out about this morning. We're going to connect with the Germantown Municipal Schools. Kristi and I
exciting.
We really are excited. I'm going to let Kristi kind of talk about that. She has a student in the school right now, and I don't. So tell us what
expound on that a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
And it's in April, held at the Great Hall.
Held at the Great Hall. We have lots of different vendors that are Chamber members. Some that aren't Chamber members, they come in and they have booths. We're going to let Germantown Municipal School District come in and have a booth, maybe focus on their HOSA, their health club, as well as let the students go around and talk to the different healthcare providers in our community. We have such a rich healthcare presence in our community, and this is just a great opportunity for the students to get experience.
We have a very vibrant Chamber of Commerce and a great partnership with the city.
Yes.
Some of our viewers don't know how long the Chamber has been in Germantown, and it's also an area Chamber of Commerce. How many years, and also about the membership count and those type of statistical information? Yeah.
We had our 45th birthday this time last year, so actually we're 46 now, yes we are in 2019, and we are an area chamber, meaning we have chamber members from downtown to Bartlett and everything really in between, because really the community of Germantown can afford to purchase what these people are selling or providing as services. So that's why we have all those different communities that are a part of, and businesses that are a part of the Germantown Area Chamber of Commerce.
And our membership generally in the 650 or so member range,
650
approximately?
to 750, right, and we're growing on a strategic plan of growth. So just like a city would do, and the Germantown has their own strategic growth plan, and we do too, but we're not a part of the city, but we certainly, as you know, are very involved with all aspects, marketing with the city, economic development division, and so forth. We work very closely together.
Well, and I know as the city has changed over the years, the chamber has changed over the years as well. Very much a partnership. I know you sit on our Economic Development Commission. We do a lot of work with EDGE. The chamber has acquired some EDGE grants over the years. Some people don't know that's the
Right.
Economic Development Growth Engine, but maybe expand on what that means for Germantown a little bit more.
What that means for Germantown is grants that come to the chamber, but we have worked on those grant proposals with the city to see what the city wants to do. The grant money comes to the chamber, it can't come to the city, but we have this is our fourth or fifth grant that we have decided that we would write actually for economic development and strategic growth. So it allows all of us to have a strategic plan and to have the funds to complete those plans. And we're very grateful to the city for working with us on that, and also to EDGE for providing that.
And one more note on that is we're working to provide some marketing materials for the city and economic development to go out there and talk about all of the wonderful things that the business community in Germantown has to offer.
Right. I was chairman in 2000 of the Chamber of Commerce. I've been a part of it for many, many years. First time we've had a vice president, and you're new to that role, and so your role with the chamber in 2019, some of the things that you'll be doing to help our membership?
Well, we're working on our communications to make sure that we're providing communications about what's available in the city, the business community, and the chamber itself to our membership and the community at large.
Some of the events in 2019 include, you already went over the Health and Wellness Expo, some other events that are on the horizon?
Yes, we have a golf tournament that is a Susan G. Komen Germantown Chamber partnership. And then we have our next event is in August. It's a Taste of the Town, and I think you were part of that original group that started Taste of the Town. So that is going to be 19 years of Taste of the Town, and we usually have our live auction that is given back to the community to a nonprofit, and we kind of change that nonprofit each year. Then our last event for the year is it's called Night Rider. Kids, parents, grandparents. We had a couple of animals last year that actually, they didn't ride bicycles, but they dress up their bikes in glow-in-the-dark items and dress up themselves and the bicycles, and we ride police-assisted down from Cameron Brown Park, down Wolf River Boulevard and back, and then we kind of have an ice cream party right after. So it's we definitely get involved with the community, and that is definitely one of our big issues.
Well, we appreciate that. And that's also another part of our wellness initiative as well, to get
Yes.
those young children and adolescents out there exercising. We're glad to partner with you. We only have about 30 seconds left in this segment. Tell the folks how to reach you, and I will go ahead and make a small plug. I know memberships start as low as $300, I believe, in
Yes, that's
range.
correct.
It's very affordable. You get a lot of benefit
Right.
for your membership, but how do we contact the chamber?
The chamber is located at 2195 Germantown Road South, right across from Methodist Hospital parking garage. And then the telephone number is 901-755-1200. And our emails are our names, Kristi at Germantown Chamber of Commerce and Janie at Germantown Chamber.
Thank you, Janie.
Sure.
Thank you, Kristi. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Phil Rogers to get a quick update on the Germantown Athletic Club renovations. Back after this break.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. you're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back to Focus on Germantown. Germantown Athletic Club has seen a lot of changes in recent years. Once known as the Germantown Center, the Athletic Club has been a health and wellness leader in Germantown and the neighboring communities for years. Here with us now is Germantown Athletic Club Director Phil Rogers. Phil, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor.
Happy holidays,
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year
Yes,
as
sir.
well. Now, always there are New Year's resolutions at the Germantown Athletic Club. We'll get to those in a moment.
Okay.
The club has seen some changes over the years. Some of our viewers don't realize, I think we have passed the quarter century mark. How many years has the club been open?
The club opened in 1990, February 21st, 1990, so we're going to celebrate our 29th year
Wow.
coming up pretty soon. So
At one time, it was called the Germantown Center, much of a
was.
kind of a community center. I hate to use the word on steroids, but it was a community center that was very robust.
Yes, sir.
Now we have, over the years, remarketed to an athletic club. The membership dues go to help with renovations, additions, all kinds of different things. There have been several renovations over the last few years. Get our audience a little bit caught up on what's happened at the club.
So over the past, basically 3 to 5 years, we've spent considerable amount of time and considerable amount of club revenues generated from, as you said, membership, but also programming to reinvest back in the facility, reinvest back into the membership. And over the past 3 or 4 years, we've done everything from an enhanced child care. We are now a licensed drop-in center with the state of Tennessee. We've gone through and added a whole bunch of cardio with a new cardio deck. We have now one of the largest group fitness studios in the Mid-South, if the Memphis region. We've got all new flooring throughout most of the facility, just a brand new look and a brand new lobby, bringing us up to date and bringing us into that 2018-2019 standard.
It's exciting. I've been a member for years, and over the years, we've seen the club kind of change, always staying healthy as well at the times. So we have some other renovations that are on the horizon over the next maybe year or two?
We do. So ultimately right now what we're looking at is phase 4 of what we originally did is our kind of a facility master plan. And phase 4 will include what used to be the old staircase. As you walk into the left, there will be a mezzanine there. We're going to have a nice little seating area with a little cafe that will be there to the left as you walk in. Below that, we're going to have some gaming space for some ping pong, some pool, whatever we feel the membership would like down there. We're also going to kind of reconfigure our front entryway as well as the facade out front, trying to spruce up the building a little bit. And then if funding will allow us, renovate some of the bathrooms and different things associated with some of the other aspects of the club that haven't yet been touched.
What do your members tell you? I think of the club about heart, body, mind, soul, all those things. You have all different classes. There's really something for everyone there. We have people that are very active that work out, and we have some people that passively work out. We got to explain to people that aren't members how special the club is.
Well, ultimately the club needs to be a sense of community, and that community involves not just physical wellness, but mental wellness and social wellness as well. And what we try to do is be able to be a wellness leader in all those fronts. And how do we do that? Well, we try to have as many different programming options as we can, whether it's the group fitness classes or the personal training that most gyms have, but also the idea of just the communal aspect of where we have. This is a gathering place for people. It's a place where parents bring their kids to maybe do some homework. It's a place for some of our seniors at the coffee club to come in and drink some coffee for a few hours in the morning. So ultimately what we want to do is to be a community leader within the city.
And how important has it been to have your accredited daycare facility? Has that led to more membership or more young families working out?
I think that not only that, but also, GMSD obviously drives a lot of that membership when it comes to there. We now take we can take approximately 84 kids at once with that. When we talked about the community center and what that was, we weren't necessarily set up to take the amount of children and really care for the amount of children that we can now. And I think Germantown is growing in that 35 to 55-year-old demographic, especially because of GMSD. And we're able to cater to that now. We're able to provide programming when it comes to summer camps or vacation fun days or different things, but allow those parents of those age children to come and enjoy the club, but also have their kids enjoy the child care.
Speak to our audience a little bit about all the different offerings. I know from complete and total cardio room to free weights and machines and racquetball. I won't describe them all, but I mean, everything is contained in that roof and outside the roof as well.
We are 100% a very big box facility. We are a multi-purpose health and fitness facility. We, as you said, mentioned the racquetball, the basketball courts. We have a 1/4 mile track, or excuse me, a 1/12 of a mile track. We approximately have over 100 pieces of cardio equipment. We have 4 designated group fitness studios for everything from cycle to mind body classes, just to our general large group fitness classes. We even have a separate kids area class for kids classes in our child care area. Of course, we have the strength equipment and the bumper plates and the weights and everything along those lines, but we also have a 40 meter indoor lap pool, a 25 meter outdoor lap pool, as well as a 0 entry splash park in the summertime for all the fun stuff that goes on in the summertime.
What do you see, I don't want to catch you off guard, but what do you see maybe the evolution of fitness in not only the region, but in America on a whole? I mean, the club's been around 29 years, and if anything, what we've talked about today is it's continued to change. I mean, do you see some things on the horizon that are even new?
Yeah, absolutely. Fitness is an ever-changing, ever-changing industry. I mean, we're ultimately trying to keep up with technology being one of the biggest ones. One of the biggest ones that has come out of the past 5 to 10 years and will continue for the next foreseeable future is wearables and the Fitbit type things and the heart rate monitors and how people are basically tracking their fitness levels outside of the gym, but also within the gym. Being able to integrate that into when they're in the club with the equipment that they have or the equipment that we have, and being able to have a healthy lifestyle in and out of the facility. So as we become more educated as a consumer base, the club and the fitness industry has to keep up with that, both inside and outside of the facility.
I like to kid you sometime that you're the mayor of a small city. I think, matter of fact, at one point in time, the club membership may have been larger than the city of Lakeland. What is your club membership approximately now? And
yeah, so obviously, New Year's we have an influx, but we average right around plus or minus 12,000 members a year, or 12,000 plus or minus 12,000 members throughout the year.
Well, and about half are city residents and half non-residents?
It's right around 60-40, plus or minus. Around 60% are Germantown residents, 40% non-residents. And that's primarily due to the proximity of Germantown Athletic Club within the city limits. Well,
we started talking a little bit about New Year's resolutions. Do you have any kind of specials or any kind of programs coming up for the new year? So we do. In January, we're running an application special. The application fee to celebrate 2019 is $20.19. That's all memberships have an application fee of $20.19. So please come join today. We have no contracts associated with our memberships. It is a month-to-month membership. We are a no intimidation facility. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable coming in to see us, and we want to make sure that we help you get along with what you're doing. And we obviously have all the classes that, again, are no charge to the facility. We're not here to make a lot of money off of you. We just want to make sure that you're healthy. And quickly, your website is? www.gacfitness.org. Thank you, Phil.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
holidays.
Yes,
Happy
sir.
New Year.
Thank you.
After this quick break, we'll be speaking with Germantown Library Director Daniel Page. Back after this.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You are watching Germantown Municipal Television, your source for everything Germantown.
Welcome back once again to Focus on Germantown. For the third time since 2015, the City of Germantown has received a grant from the National Endowment for the Arts to host the Big Read. Here with us now to talk more about the Big Read and its programming is Germantown Community Library Director Daniel Page. Welcome to the show, Daniel.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
You too.
The library is a wonderful place. I love visiting the library. I just was by there the other day. As a matter of fact, I'm sending you a box of books for the friends so they can put in their for sale collection. But we've got huge news. We have a grant from the National Endowment, and we are going to participate in the Big Read for the third year. Maybe tell us a little bit, our viewers, a little bit about what the Big Read is, how important it is to community, and maybe some of the other books we've read in the past before you make your big announcement.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a fantastic program that's offered, as you said, by the National Endowment for the Arts in association with Arts Midwest. And their focus, to put it in my own words, is to bring communities together through reading and to encourage people to think about things and to talk about things that can build empathy and understanding in their communities. And it is always a blessing to get the grant. I don't know if there are very many communities like Germantown where we have now received our third in a very few years, and it's just a wonderful opportunity to provide funding to purchase lots of copies for books. People can come by the library and get a free copy while supplies last, and check out copies if supplies are gone. And there are lots of programs across the community at the library, but at other organizations like GPAC and other places where they can talk about the themes of the book and just share in camaraderie.
Well, you know, our community has always been a lifelong learning community, and whether it starts with Books from Birth or the Big Read or some of our other children programming that we do that challenge our children and students to read during the summer. It's really a neat place, the library.
So nice.
Now, what other books have we read for the Big Read? I was trying to jog my memory.
The Wizard of Earthsea and True Grit were the books that we've read that were a part of the official NEA program. And this year, this January, we're doing The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri. It's a book about a Bengali family, what's actually a husband and wife, that moved to America, and they have a child. And it's a story that we have, probably lots of people have seen movies that are based on that theme or read books where they're getting acclimated to the American culture, but they also have the customs that they brought over from their home society. And it's, you know, there's some challenges and some neat learning opportunities. And it's a great way to talk about togetherness, regardless of what culture you're from, and how to celebrate your culture, but also to celebrate the culture of your neighbors.
Well, what I've always enjoyed about the Big Read, it truly has a diversity of literature. It's not always one theme or stick to the classics, those type things. It may be a classic, it may be a relatively new novel or a new theme, which is very exciting. Now,
it is.
In years past, we've done, again, you mentioned programming, whether we've done partnerships with performing arts groups or anything. What do you envision for this year for the Big Read?
Well, what we try to do is to have something for everyone. So regardless of your age or whether you're a fanatic reader or this may be just the first book that you have read in a while, it's a way to encourage people to meet with each other and talk about topics. And there'll be entertainment, music, arts, all kinds of neat things. There'll be theatrical productions at the community theater. It's just a really neat program.
Well, the neatest thing about reading a book together as a community is you get to have great conversations as well. Speaking of conversations and reading, we don't have a community center per se in our city, but I kind of label the library as our community center. You have close to how many thousands of visitors per year?
We have about 250,000 visits a year. It's absolutely amazing.
Now I know why we go through carpet so quickly over there. The 250,000, we're a city of 40,000. Of course, our library is open to our residents, and we do have reciprocal agreements. You do not necessarily have to be a resident to enjoy a public library.
That's right.
So some of the things that you offer are some new things that are at the library from children's programming. I know you've done some not remodeling, but some sprucing up there.
It's just a great place. I'm totally biased because I'm a librarian, and you know, from the Chamber of Commerce to the athletic club to the library, there's so many wonderful things in Germantown for people for all ages and interests. But if you like being with other people, having conversations, reading, the library is the place to be.
Tell us a little bit about, I'm a member of the Friends of the Library. I get a free book each month.
That's right.
I get my mother a membership each year. She oftentimes uses mine to get 2 free books a month. Don't tell anybody. But tell us a little bit about, our audience, a little bit about the Friends of the Library, the work they do, their leadership. They actually really turn back a lot of dollars back to you, the librarian.
The bookstore is the most amazing thing ever. So we have a used bookstore in the library. It's operated mostly by volunteers. There is one part-time paid employee that's funded through the sale proceeds that they get from selling books. The books are gently used. Most of them look like they're brand new. They have about 40,000 books. They're selling about 12,000 books a month, and they sell them for as low as $0.25. And the money they raise, they give back to us. Since their founding, that was around 2012, they've given us over $200,000.
Oh my goodness.
2018 is their most giving year, and they've given us, it will be close to 45, well, this is going to be aired in January, so it'll be about $40,000 in 2018 that they've given us that supports the Big Read and programming and furniture and just things, just almost anything that we need.
Daniel, we have about a minute left. I always have people will come to me and say, Mayor, libraries are a thing of the past. Why do we have a library still? I know there's all kinds of technology and everything, but can you dispel some of those myths? The libraries aren't going away, are they?
No, sir. You know, that's a really interesting thing, and I understand why that concept exists, but it's just really is a myth. In fact, the Pew Research Center does a lot of research on a lot of topics, and one of the things that they research is public libraries. And right now, the generation that is the most reading generation are millennials. And so like with a lot of other things, the interest in reading is cyclical. You'll have some generations that don't read as much, but it always comes back. Right now in Germantown, we're averaging about 12 books per person being read each year, just that we measure in the library. So a lot of people are reading. Technology does supplement that. But for us and for a lot of libraries across the country, print books are the bulk of what people are reading.
I've got to catch up on that 12 number. Daniel, thank you for being here
You're
today.
welcome.
I'd like to thank all of my guests for being on the show today. I'd also like to thank you, the viewers, for taking the time to focus on Germantown. If you'd like more information about this or any of the other shows on Germantown Municipal Television, please visit www.gmtvonline.org. If you're looking for ways to volunteer your time in our community, visit volunteergermantown.com. We'll see you when Focus on Germantown returns next month.